you need to be careful about 10 cognitive biases that I'm going to tell you about today in this video. The most common one, and it's something called anchoring bias. Let's begin with the second one, shall we? The second one is called sunk cost or sunk bias. Now, this could be both time and money, depending upon whether you are running a few days sort of a sourcing event or a few year worth of a sourcing event. It comes with the understanding of you have already invested X amount of time or you have already incurred X amount of cost during the negotiation. Hence, let's just continue with that because you just don't want to start afresh with the next supplier or the next RFQ or RFP. It's going to take too much of a time, it's going to take too much amount of cost, etc., etc. And if your suppliers know about this already right up front, try to see if they are forcing you to spend too much amount of time in the negotiations. If they are playing this delaying tactic, you are largely going to focus on your sunk cost of time and money in order to award them the deal. So always be privy of what are your timelines and how long you are able to stretch them before this factor starts impacting your decision making. Don't fall prey to this tactic. All right. The third one, we are moving into some of the psychological stuff. Here's the third one, which is something called recency bias. And I was very fascinated when I started reading about all these cognitive biases. So the recency effect states people tend to value the latest information, the updated information more than, let's say, the old data. And I've seen this happening so many times. What I'm just stating here, just don't take the recent data as the more accurate data. Always have a sense around it could be possible that you already have a much more enriched data to make a decision, and 1 month refresh may not be the best option to look at. So avoid the recency impact. It's also get extended into people get to value or remember what was the last important moment. For example, when you're closing a negotiation deal, and if a person has been absolutely brutal throughout the negotiation, he would or she would often close on a positive point. Start noticing this trend. You will see this everywhere. People come in really hard during the negotiation and then always close at a positive note. People would come in really strong, really aggressive in the emails, but they would close out with a positive note. People tend to remember the recency impact to overall change the perception of the person they are speaking to. Hence, always be calculative about how the overall process went and not just the outcome of the last statement. Recency impact, ladies and gentlemen.